Former President Bill Clinton has now weighed in on the issue of children being separated from their parents, family separation that has been going on recently under the Trump administration. Let's see what this article from The Hill says. They say, former President Bill Clinton this week slammed President Trump's zero-tolerance policy that resulted in separating families at the border, saying that, quote, children should not be bargaining chips. Taking these kids away from their parents makes no sense. It's wrong. It's immoral. It's not required by the law, and it's not necessary to protect the border. It's just wrong. He added that children should not be bargaining chips and that they are people. I not only want this to stop, I want them to go get these kids that have already been sent away and give them back to their parents and do it right now. So Bill Clinton coming in voicing his opposition to President Trump's separating families policy. So there's a lot of debate going on with this, but there's a lot of talk about the sort of logistics of it and the workings of it. And so basically, my understanding of the way it works is the Trump administration adopted a zero tolerance policy, and this was indeed a policy that was set in place by Donald Trump. It's not mandated by law. It's a policy that he decided to do because he has enforcement discretion. He has a discretion to enforce this how he wants. So normally, first of all, seeking asylum is not illegal. Number two, normally when someone crosses illegally, it's a misdemeanor. So they're not separated by their They're not separated from their children, right? But what they've decided to do is a zero tolerance policy because in their minds, it's going to somehow deter illegal immigration. And you can see there's video of John Kelly, John Kelly, who was in his previous position, who now moved into a different position. But he was asked by Wolf Blitzer about the policy, and he said that yes, he was indeed considering it. You can also see Jeff Sessions, who's the Attorney General, who announced the policy when they were putting it in place. And then on top of them, you can see Stephen Miller bragging about how it was his idea to do it. So, with just the facts laid on the table, it is Donald Trump deciding to do this. Okay, let's get this straight. This is not something that is, it's just mandated by law, it's just falling. No, that's not true. And the weirdest part about it being that he claimed that he couldn't stop this through executive order, and he needed Congress to step in. But then a couple days later, he proceeds to do an executive order. Now, the executive order was sort of odd, and it's going to have some conflicts with what's going on currently due to some court precedents that have been set, as well as what's stated in the executive order. But Congress doesn't need to step into this. Now, I'm okay with Congress stepping in, actually, and passing a law saying we're banning child separation from families if you cross the border. I think that that'd be a good idea. But the idea that this policy is not the decision of Donald Trump and it's not the decision of his administration is just flat out false. It's just 100% wrong. And so I find myself definitely in agreement with Bill Clinton here on this issue, because separating children from their parents is not only illogical, but it's simply immoral, and it's not what American values are at least supposed to be, or what American people and our values and our society is supposed to stand for. So I find this separation to be absolutely unacceptable, and I think that it's immoral, inhumane, and disgusting.